Welcome everybody to another edition of the Wrestling WWE Sit and Talk, where I have two guests. One you guys have seen, old Victor. Hello, Victor. How are you doing today, sir?
How you doing?
I hear you're going
Good,
to
good.
the
How are
event.
you? I am. I'm very stoked to be going to both Worlds Collide and Money in the Bank. So it should be something to look forward to.
You get to see El Grande Americano. Yes. And
You know,
then,
I try not to think about
excuse
that.
me, sir. Excuse me, sir. I'm trying to introduce our friend here. I apologize. And we have a first time guest on, John. John, how are you today, sir?
I'm doing well. How are you doing today?
I am here. I am ready for these matches. Are we ready to make some predictions and talk some money in the bank?
Yeah, I'm always ready to
Absolutely.
talk wrestling.
All right, well let's go ahead and start with the Intercontinental Women's Championship. We have Lyra Valkyria defending her Intercontinental title against the man Becky Lynch, and with a stipulation that if Becky loses to Lyra Valkyria, she cannot challenge for the IC title as long as Lyra is the champ. But if the man Becky Lynch wins, then Lyra will have to suck it up and raise the hand of the man. Who wants to go first to talk about this match? Okay, I guess I will.
I guess I'll. Okay.
Um, so I think this is going to be probably the match of the night, one of the matches of the night. Um, both women had a great match at Backlash, and everybody was expecting Bailey to return, but she didn't. Um, a friend of mine, me and him was talking. His birthday is tomorrow. Shout out to James. Um, he had the idea that Becky wins, but doesn't win the title. What do you think?
To me, I don't think that they're gonna have Lyra beat Becky two PLEs in a row. I don't think that's happening. So to me, Becky's walking out with the title.
Becky is in a must-win situation here. She can't afford to lose to Lyra again. She already lost to Lyra in NXT when Becky was champion. She lost at Backlash. She can't afford a third loss in a row to Lyra Valkyria.
See, now there is a scenario where Bailey accidentally costs Lyra the match, which Becky wins by disqualification, which she didn't lose, so she could technically still challenge for the title and then a triple threat form at maybe Evolution, which I think is in July, I believe. July 13th, 14th, something like that.
It's the same night, same day as All In, I believe. Or no, it's the day after All In. The Saturday night's main event is the same day as All In.
Oh, All In's on. Oh, okay, it's on a Saturday. Okay, interesting. But
That's how they usually do a Saturday night thing with pay-per-view.
I'm gonna go Becky. I'm gonna go Becky. I think we all agree on Becky, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, okay. Let's go ahead and move on to the tag match. We have Never Seen 17. John Cena, the WWE Champion, teaming up with Victor's guy, the Maverick, Logan Paul.
Nope, not my guy. Not
You
my
clearly
guy.
you do we need to
Nah.
go back to the conversation that we had earlier? All
I
right then.
I said I was like Logan Paul but I did not say I was a fan of Logan Paul. Let's get that
You
straight.
comparing yourself to Logan Paul as being a fan of Logan Paul. That's that.
No,
Help me out here. Help
it's
me out
really
here.
not. It's
Do you agree with me, John?
Sorry, it cut out. What was that?
Victor compares himself to his guy, the Maverick, Logan Paul, but he says he doesn't
he's
like
not my guy.
Logan Paul.
Well, see, in a way, in a way that does make sense because nobody likes
Thank
Victor
you.
anyway. So,
Thank you. That's all I'm saying.
And they are teaming up to face the Yeet Master World Champion Jey Uso
Yeet.
and the returning Cody Rhodes. Victor, you want to take the lead on this one?
Yeah, it's pretty obvious who's going to win this match. It is Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. They literally got beat up last night by Cena and Logan Paul. And this is Cody Rhodes' first match back after WrestleMania losing to John Cena. So Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso have to win this match.
Who gets the pin? Who takes the pin?
Logan Paul. Logan Paul takes the pin. That's the only reason he's in this match.
Who pins him?
I'm gonna go with Cody.
Okay. And you, sir?
I would agree that Cody and Jay win this match. I do think that Logan also takes the pin, but I think that Jay is the one that pins Logan because I think they're trying to continue the Jay and Logan storyline again, build that up to another world title match maybe at SummerSlam. Or no, I guess it wouldn't necessarily be at SummerSlam because it's now with the announcement of the King and Queen of the Ring, whoever wins that gets the world title match against the winner or against their brand's champion.
Not gonna be Logan, I'll tell you that.
Well, we can talk about that real quick. My super early finals predictions. I am gonna go for the women. I am gonna go Charlotte, and it's gotta be a Raw and a SmackDown. I'm gonna go Charlotte and Roxanne. Right now, that's super early picks. Actually, no, I take that back. Give me Charlotte and Stephanie Valkyrie in the finals for the women, and the men. I am gonna go Cody Rhodes. Mm, say Braun Breaker. What do y'all think?
I'm with you on Breaker on the Raw side. For the men on the female side, or men on the SmackDown side, not men on the female side, not quite. Um, for the men on the SmackDown side, I'd like to see it be somebody like a Carmelo Hayes, like somebody like that pushed into that type of spotlight. For the females, I do like Stephanie. I think that that's the reason they brought her up is they want to push her into a spotlight right away. And on the SmackDown side, maybe they do two newcomers like a Jordan Grace who's rumored to be on her way up to SmackDown. I don't know, but we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, it's way too early to predict, but that. What do you think, Victor?
I think for the women's side, it's gonna be Jade Cargill and what's her name? Let's see, Liv Morgan. Jade and Liv Morgan. And for the men's side, I think it's gonna be Cody Rhodes for SmackDown. That's the obvious choice, and Seth Rollins. He's always at the top of the card. whenever these things come around.
Mm, I would like that. I would like that a lot. That would be interesting. Okay. All right. Well, speaking
It
of Seth
is.
Rollins, go ahead.
I was just gonna say it is, and maybe that's the also the way that they do it with the Logan Paul thing. Logan wins the King of the Ring, gets all the heat, and he and Jay go face to face again at SummerSlam.
I don't think Jay holds the title that long. Um,
I think he loses it at SummerSlam or just after.
I think before. What about you, Victor?
I mean, who's he going to lose it to? Like SummerSlam's what, 2 months away? We have King and Queen of the Ring. That's the
Well,
last pay-per-view before SummerSlam. I mean, you
he's
could use it
wrestling Gunther.
maybe at Saturday nights. I mean, do we really think that it's going to go back to Gunther though?
I mean,
I don't see it.
excuse me. You also got the Money in the Bank.
Yeah, that's true.
Speaking of that, we can just go ahead and talk about the men's Money in the Bank then. In the men's Money in the Bank, we have Andrade versus Penta versus Solo Sikoa, the Tribal Chief, Seth freaking Rollins, El Grande El Americano, our favorite, one of our favorites here.
Speak for yourself.
Um, who do you want to talk about first in this match? And LA Knight.
So for me, yeah, go ahead, Victor.
No, go ahead, John.
All right. So for me, first off, I think El Grande and Penta just kind of cancel each other out. I think the two of them are just gonna kind of somehow just eliminate each other from the match with the feud they have going on. Andrade, I don't see it. It would be great if they did it, but I don't see it. Solo, kind of the same thing. It would be great. It would be interesting to see something new, but I don't see them doing it. So I think we're between Seth Rollins and LA Knight. And to me, LA Knight wins because either CM Punk or returning Roman Reigns costs Seth Rollins.
The thing about the Money in the Bank, it has in many layers. There's many people who are kind of already in storyline with one another, such as Penta and Grande Americano. They're going to cancel each other out. You have Solo kind of doing the thing with JC and Jacob, which kind of eliminates Solo from winning the Money in the Bank. We got Andrade, who's up to till now, he hasn't really done much. He hasn't really been giving much storyline, and that's why I don't see him winning it. It's gonna come down to Seth and LA Knight, and since Seth is kind of doing his own thing with CM Punk and Roman Reigns, I don't see Seth winning. It's LA Knight's Money in the Bank to win, pretty much.
Oh, did we lose Sin? I think we did. Oh well, it happens. But I agree with your point. There he is.
Yeah, technical issues for some odd reason. But yeah, we're back. What I missed.
We were just both agreeing that that it's going to be LA Knight.
See, LA Knight and Seth Rollins seem like such the obvious choice in this match, basically for everything that you guys just said. Penta would make an interesting choice. It would be marketable. It would be different. Um, Andrade, I don't feel like stands a chance. I feel like he's just in there to do the high spots. Um, Solo, I mean, in theory, Solo could win it, and he could try to catch it on Jacob Fatu. I mean, it's not unknown for the U.S. title to be cashed in on, a la Austin Theory. Seth makes the most sense though. He's trying to save wrestling. Um,
Here's the thing about Seth, though. He he's already a main event guy. He doesn't need the Money in the Bank briefcase to get a title match. He could literally come out on Raw and say, "I want to fight Jey Uso for the World Heavyweight title," and be given that match because he's already a main event star. LA Knight, on the other hand, that same can't be said about him. He needs this more than Seth.
You think that? Do you think there's any chance tonight that they do the men's Money in the Bank as the first match, and then whoever it is cashes in tonight against like Jay or whatever after the Cody and Jay match?
I can see that. Wouldn't be the first time a Money in the Bank winner won and then cashed in on the same night.
No, Liv did the same thing against Rousey a few years ago. Io Sky did it too.
Kane,
Kane, yeah.
that was my favorite. I love when he cashed in on Ray. I was like, yes, choke slam that motherfucker to the ring. I had a
Oh
high
wait,
hate for
I hate Ray. He deserved it. He deserved it.
yeah. All right, and let's go ahead and talk about the women's Money in the Bank match. We have Alexa Bliss versus Julia versus Stephanie Valkyrie versus Mommy versus Roxanne Perez and Naomi. I feel like this women's Money in the Bank is so anybody could logically win this match. You won't be like, oh, really? Except maybe Rhea because she doesn't need it. I think Rhea's spot should have gone to somebody else, like Liv. But that's just me.
I think
Um,
that I think the Rhea spot was originally supposed to go to like Zoe, I think Zoe or Kyrie, one of the two, because they were the other ones in that match, and then Zoe blew out her knee. I think that originally Rhea's spot was to go to one of the other two.
If
it would
that's the case, why didn't Kyrie Sane win the match? Because
because
it came down to Kyrie Sane and Rhea Ripley.
they don't want Rhea to take a pin.
Yeah, they don't.
If Zoe was going to win, Kyrie was probably going to take the pin. But I don't think that was the case because they would just bring him back Kyrie. So like I feel like Zoe was the one who was going to take the pin, regardless. But I felt like they was just like, well, since it's a 1-on-1 match, well, let's just put Rhea over because it's Rhea.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Roxanne would make an interesting choice. Something different. No? Yeah.
Here's the thing about Roxanne, Julia, and Stephanie Vaquer. They're all great talents, and they're all got a bright future ahead of themselves, but they're still relatively new to the main roster. They literally got called out literally weeks ago. So I don't see any of those three winning the Money in the Bank. I see it going to Naomi or Rhea Ripley, one of those two.
I feel like just because they're new, that doesn't mean anything. You have a year. You have a year because remember Tiffany Stratton was pretty fucking new when they brought her up to the main route when she won the Money in the Bank. She wasn't on the main
She had
roster
been there
that
a
long.
couple months.
Yeah, but I mean, she wasn't there that long.
She debuted like the fall before that Money in the Bank. Because she was in the Elimination Chamber. And I think
Yeah.
like what? She debuted like at the Royal Rumble for SmackDown.
Um, I'm gonna go Naomi for the win.
I'm kind of in the same boat. I think Naomi wins it. Rhea, she doesn't need it. Roxanne and Julia, I think they're not ready for that main stage yet, I don't think. Um, Alexa, she's just coming back. I don't know that they want to push her right into that type of a title picture. So to me, it comes to Vakur and Naomi. And I think right now, I've heard that they're talking about for Evolution, making it being Vakur and Io Sky for the women's world title on Raw. So my pick is Naomi as well.
Okay. And Hector, you go Naomi?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Naomi on this one.
Okay. So we pretty much all agree. If I had to pick out of the dark horses to win Money in the Bank matches, I would love for it to be El Grande El Americano. Could you imagine El Grande El Americano with the Money in the Bank
That would literally
briefcase?
be the worst thing in wrestling to ever happen.
Could you imagine El
I
Grande
literally
as
stop
world
writing without that
heavyweight
actually happening.
champion?
Never happened.
Gracias! Oh, that'd be. Tell me that wouldn't be great.
It would be hilarious. Like, he'd win it and then he'd lose it like the next night or whatever to Penta or something stupid like that. Yeah.
Well, that was our Money in the Bank prediction. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Thank you both for joining us. Victor, you enjoy the
Of
show,
course.
sir.
All right, thank you, thank you.
Hope you have fun and
Yes.
remember,
Enjoy your night, Victor.
cheer for. That felt very ominous.
Not happening. Not happening. I'll make sure to boo extra loudly just for Grande Americano.
Make sure you catch his shirt and get his autograph. And yeah, um, that was the WWE Sit and Talk. I am Osuji, and my two guests, Victor and John. Thank you both, and I will talk to you
Of
guys
course.
shortly.